I typically though I can run on 5 hours pretty well, and I think a lot of people can. They just don't at 8, and they go to work and stuff, and they want to have a life beyond their work, so they stay up and they have less sleep and they're tired, unfortunately, because there's just not enough time for life in between the 9 to 5. Is the truth, because we're exploited peoples. That's not the way we're supposed to live. That's not how humans have ever lived. In ancient times, in like nomadic times, science tells us that those nomadic peoples, early men and women, they worked about 15 hours a week, roughly, to sustain themselves, and they just vibed the rest of the time, like making cave art and shit, and making babies and whatever they were doing. And that's why we have like society and shit, because they were able to really take time and focus and grow and think and become, a fully fledged human, because they weren't, whip cracked so as much. They were free, and from freedom comes beauty and love. So we should have freedom, right? But not, we don't really. There's no societal reason, and there's no good reason besides concentration of power to certain select people that you need to work as much as you do. And what that means, should you have less money? No. A much lesser amount of work should be more than sufficient to sustain you and to meet your contribution to this very large society that's always growing. Why should, as our society grows, the demands of work on any one individual also grow substantially? That doesn't make sense. That's not the truth of it. The truth of it is it doesn't. It doesn't. They keep that static so that the difference can be siphoned. The surplus of your labor, okay, of our labors. And I quit that. And I'm free. And I know it's hard. And I was lucky and blessed. But that doesn't mean I can't tell you that however you figure that out, it's probably a good thing to do. I can't tell you how, or if you can, right? But that it is good. But you're not giving up work is the thing. You're not giving up mission, and you're not giving up sustaining yourself. Guys, since I cut the cord, and since I became free, I have grown in exponential ways, and I continue to do so. And I am so much more mission driven about the missions I care about in life, and about helping the world in ways that I could never do selling fucking copiers. Okay? No wonder somebody like me was so unhappy with that. Now, in hindsight, I'm bound for different things. I'm bound for more meaningful things, and I'm realizing those. And I'm bound to help others realize that. And I'm doing so every day, 365, 24/7. My life's work is my life, and my life is my life's work. And that's all inclusive. And that includes love. It includes human relationships. And sometimes it has to include money. But I wish those times were less. And at least I lived in a world where love was the commodity of value. Love was the emotion of value instead of greed. But we don't, do we? If we did, it might be something more like heaven on earth, right? Well, I believe our work is not to save ourselves, not for salvation of other, or for myself, but for salvation of us all here on earth. Everybody lives their lives waiting for the Almighty, for the heaven, for the salvation that they've worked so hard for. When we could all save each other right here and now, and we can build that beloved community you seek here on earth, we can. We can. We choose not to. All of us collectively choose not to. It's not an impossibility. Very few things in this world, I've learned, are impossibilities when people choose to do them. Very few things are beyond our grasp as human beings. So much more than they've told you we are. And we can be if we choose to be. People, the world is falling. If not now, when is your time to be great? And ask yourself too, how much work and how much time do you have to put in to get there? That's to say, there's not much time left for lollygagging on being great if you ever intend to do so. And maybe enough of us being great, we can save us all. Maybe. I don't know. But I know that I have chosen to be great. And these aren't delusions of grandeur. These are aspirations of grandeur. Okay? It's very different. Okay? Because I seek to be closer to God in my life. And God is grandeur. And I have examples to live by. We all do. Yes, people like Jesus Christ of Nazareth. But also people like the Buddha. In some ways. All of these in some ways. In the ways we know. Of the things taught. Not of the things said about them. By others. Not even the things I say. People like Martin Luther King Jr. Okay? We have modern role models to follow, to live just lives. People who choose to be great and choose to also be good, because both are choices. Okay? You have to make both. If you only make one or the other right now, it's squandered potential. On one end, if you're just good and not great. But so many still seek grandeur and glory for themselves, but without that seeking to be good component. And that's how we end up with the people in power. We allow to be in power, and we allow them at the end. But they force us to allow them, is the irony of it all. And they manipulate us to allow them. I believe in love. But I also believe in justice, because justice is love. And this world is severely lacking of both in terms of the humanities within. The world is love, but the free will within humanity, that's where evil lies. Because if we couldn't make those choices that we are making too often, we could not truly be good, could we? We've been given an inch and we've taken many miles from the Spirit. And we have reaped what we have sown, people, this world. And sometimes my mind is too strong. I will not anymore. So I'm going to choose love. But I also choose justice. And I choose to be great. And I choose to be good. And I choose to hold these and others, these principles that I hold so dear, in constant mind, in every aspect of my life, all the time, 365, 24/7. And that is my faith. And to seek truth and knowledge, understanding. I'll probably never find it, but maybe in the search I'll find at least meaning, if not full truth. Isn't that all what we've always been searching for? Since we first opened our eyes into this beautiful gift we see before us. Since we first started earth and loving and learning and eventually making wrong choices and following wrong voices who are also making wrong choices. Jesus was the Son of God, but so are us all. We are all the children of God. Jesus was the Son of God in the same way Buddha was the Son of God, or Martin Luther King Jr. was the Son of God, or you may be the son or daughter of God, or any of us. And that's what Jesus meant when he walked on water. And Matthew told, you're walking on water, you're the Son of God. You know it. That's what he meant. Is that so can you? You are. Okay? And since you are that already, all you must need do is to be like, this is Jesus talking, not me. Be like me, Jesus. Like him, Jesus, not me. I don't think that at all. He's way better than me. He's always, like, he is the best guy ever, you know? And that's to be clear. But like, he's a role model is the whole point. And he tried to tell us that. But it was corrupted in the thousands of years since then. And I got proof. Okay? I have proof from the apostles. Okay? And I don't care if you believe that proof. Just as to why I believe. But so all of that to say, we never will and don't have to believe 100% the same things. Okay? But I know, because we are both humans, that we believe enough of the same things to make that heaven on earth, because that is our birthright. That was fun. Sometimes I get riled up, and I think that's good. It's a good outlet. I also think it's good to rile people up sometimes in times like these, and not in a bad way. I think the takeaway for that is you should to live your life in love and justice and take it from there. And I think keep your heart open. And one more takeaway for that. It's about the value of togetherness, right?